Have a look at these log lines. They're very verbose, lots of duplication, lots going on. You wouldn't want to store all of that in your backend system. But what if you could store this instead and have that conversion happen in real time without any regex? Now we're talking. Let's see how. Firstly, credit where it's due. This is based on the depth tree based online log parsing method, or DRAIN, from a paper presented nearly a decade ago, all the way back in 2017 at the IEEE conference on web services. I'll link to that paper in the video description below. So thank you to the authors for their work on this foundational piece. Now, there's also an OpenTelemetry processor for logs in alpha, which is what I'm going to be using in this video. The key breakthrough here is that we don't have to write any pattern matching, any regex at all. The DRAIN algorithm and the DRAIN processor in the collector will handle it all for us. So I'll show you the collector config in a moment, but first let's see it in action. A quick note though, the DRAIN processor was introduced in the collector version 152, so you'll need a relatively new version of the collector to follow along. Start the collector, which is watching file.log, and write our first log line, and you'll see absolutely nothing special. That's because it's the very first log line and the processor has nothing else to match against. Notice though, there is a new log.record.template. The body field will retain the original log line, but we should watch the log.record.template field for any changes. Now write a second log line with slightly different content, but that follows the same convention. So maybe change the amount or change the user ID or something. And you should see that the body stays the same, but the log record template field has now successfully identified and sort of redacted the variable parts. As promised, here's the collector config YAML. The file log receiver is used to scrape the log file, file.log, nothing special there. Then the DRAIN processor is used. No configuration at all, and we just push the output to the console. Super simple. Let's take this a step further, because all we've succeeded in doing so far is making the log records actually bigger and thus more expensive to store, not less. So now I want to remove the body text and overwrite it with the pattern, because soon I'm going to be deduplicating the log lines. Watch. The first log line is still the same, no redaction there. The second one now has the pattern as the body text. Notice the log.record.template field is gone. Here's how I did it. After the DRAIN processor has detected the patterns and added the log record template field, I now add a new processing step which uses the filter to take what was in the log record template and set it as the body text. And then the same filter, the next step, removes the log record template field so the log record is nice and clean. That's step 2. We've redacted and standardized the log lines. It's time now to actually deduplicate them. Starting again with a new collector config, which I'll show you in a minute, I'll write 5 log lines this time, all following the same pattern with different variables. Notice what happens now. The first line comes out identical, as it always has, but look more closely. The log record has a log_count attribute of 1. Meaning in this time interval, we've seen one log line with this content. The second log record has a redacted body, of course, but this time the log_count field is 4. What that means is we've had 4 of these identical redacted log lines. That's absolutely huge. Think about what this means for a second. We've written 5 log lines into the log file, and the collector is only sending out 2 log records to storage, but we still have enough data to know that there were actually originally 5 in the log file, so you can recreate alerts and trends and all that kind of thing. Hang on though, I haven't explained actually how this is all working. Let's take a look at this third collector YAML file. Very similar to the first few collector YAMLs, we first push each log line through the DRAIN processor to create the patterns, and then through the filter to move the log record template field into the body, and then we use the log dedupe processor to count how many identical lines it has seen in this case in that 30-second time window. The log dedupe processor, as the name suggests, is going to deduplicate any identical logs and add that new log underscore count field, and then, and this is the key bit, send only one log record out to your exporters, your destinations. Now, if you didn't use the drain processor first, every log record would obviously have that unique content based on the user IDs or the other variable bits, and thus they're not duplicates. Cool stuff, eh? There you have it. Go download a new version of the collector, try it out, play around with the drain processor. I think you'll find you like it as much as I do. If you found this useful, please do like and subscribe for more OpenTelemetry, observability, and AI content. I'll see you again next time. Bye.